think we are live now, and you can see on your phone, with your phone, that we are now on air, and we have a number of viewers already. And hi everyone, good morning from Vietnam. I am Mai. I am based in Hanoi, Vietnam, and I'm managing the Education in Ireland, ASEAN and Vietnam Facebook pages. Welcome to anyone who are now tuning in to our live talk this morning. Today is Thursday, the 21st of April, and welcome and thank you for joining in this morning. And I would also like to give a big welcome to my two colleagues, ḽᴇᴛ from Malaysia, from Kuala Lumpur, and Miranda Hock in Jakarta, Indonesia, who are joining us today to share some information about our upcoming virtual fair on Saturday, the 24th of April. If you have been following our social media channels, you must be aware that we are now running a campaign to promote the Education in Ireland virtual fair, Spring 2021. And that will be on you can join by going to the link asia.educationinireland.live, and on that day there will be many interesting things for you guys, and that is why we're here today, to give you some information about the fair and help you to get how to get the best out of the fair, of your time at the fair. And so I would like to first introduce my two colleagues and give hand over to them for them to introduce themselves to you. So, ḽᴇᴛ, would you like to say hello to our viewers?
Yes, thank you very much, Mai. Hi, everybody. Cormac Kavanagh here. Yes, as Mai has explained, I'm based in Malaysia, and I represent education in Ireland, in Malaysia and Thailand. I've been working with Education in Ireland and the higher education institutions in Ireland for about the last 8 years. And I've been working with Irish education institutions for the last 26 or 27 years. So very familiar with the institutions themselves and the requirements from that perspective, and also have spent a long time in Malaysia, so familiar with Malaysian requirements. So should you have any questions to ask, I'm more than delighted to address them, and look forward to having our conversation this morning. Miranda, I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks, Cormac. Thanks, Mai. Selamat pagi. Assalamualaikum from Jakarta. My name is Miranda Hock, and I represent Education in Ireland in Indonesia, based in Jakarta. I've joined Education in Ireland since 2019 and very happily engaged with Irish HCIs in Ireland to connect the dots here in Indonesia. I look forward to speaking with you today, Mai. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ḽᴇᴛ and Miranda, and again, thank you all to the viewers for your time joining in this morning. And for all of us, for myself, when doing live talk, I would often have the little bit of news update on news about Ireland. And I think the biggest news today I would like to, and very positive, I am sure that you two would definitely aware that that the post that we have been posting on our social media is that we have the comment, the very recent, only 2 days ago, the comment from the Ireland Minister for Higher Education, Simon Harris. The very positive news that he says that he is very optimistic about the next academic years for students coming to Ireland. The first reason is that the mandatory hotel quarantine will expire this summer, which means that Ireland has a list of people who travel from 35 countries would have to go through a mandatory hotel quarantine for 14 days. That's correct? And now he thinks that the hotel quarantine legislation will expire this summer. And then the second thing he is optimistic about is for the coming academic year, not just for international students, but for all students, they will be back to campus. Because of the rapid testing and the vaccine program that the government of Ireland is now conducting, Mr. Simon Harris, the Minister for Education, is stressing and emphasize and re-emphasize, and he repeatedly used the word optimistic about the academic year. I think that is very good news. I'm sure that you guys would also agree with that, right? And I think that's why the reason why is that we are now at Education in Ireland running many different campaigns in our different regions to provide information about study in Ireland to international students, especially Asian students. So that's why we're here today and talking and answer any question from students and who are interested in study in Ireland and to join our virtual fair. And before we are coming into the main section of our talk today, I would like to remind everyone to share this live stream on your own Facebook account so that your friends and your families and everyone in your network can also join. And second thing is that if you have any comment or question, do not hesitate to put in the comment box and then I will read them aloud for my two colleagues to discuss or to answer them. So let's start our talk about how to get the best out of our Study in Ireland Virtual Fair 24th of April. I would like to first start with a video that introduces how to sign in and how to register for the fair. Let's give us
Welcome
a second.
to Education in
Don't
Ireland
go away.
Live. In this video,
Remain
I'll
on the
show you how to
screen.
search for your
Thank you.
chosen program, how to use the one-to-one chat functions to talk directly with institutions, and how to take part in our informative seminars. Once in the login screen, simply enter the username and password you selected and click Login. You will then enter the event lobby, where you can view the various booths available, and hovering over any booth will show you a mini profile. On the left side of your screen, you will notice the navigation panel, giving you quick access to various features throughout the event. From here, you can also click on Search Booths to search institutions by name, and if you are interested in any of them, just click the slider to get in line to chat with them. After entering a booth, click the green chat button to speak to a representative. You may have to wait a short time if they're busy speaking with other students, and you will receive a bell to notify you that the representative is ready to speak to you. Once connected in the chat, you will notice the time at the top of the screen. This signifies the time remaining until your chat automatically ends. Be sure to send quick, short text sentences for the best chat experience. During your text chat, you may also be invited to video or audio chat. You'll see a notification pop up on your screen asking if you'd like to accept or decline the invitation or continue with the text chat. After accepting the invitation, you'll receive one more notification prompting you to allow access to your microphone and camera. Click Allow and you can begin your video chat with the representative. Just like standard text chat, video and audio chats are timed. When the chat timer runs out, the chat will automatically end and you'll be brought to the rating screen. Once your chat has ended, you will have the option to send the representative a personal note and rate the institution. Once you are done and ready to move on to the next chat, simply click Finished and you will be welcomed back to the event lobby, where you will be able to choose another booth to chat in. An important part of Talk Global Study is the extensive seminar program. Choose which seminar interests you and enter the booth. From here, you'll be able to hear the live speakers and take part by asking questions through the discussion tab in the seminar booth. Once you have visited all the booths, participated in your chosen seminars, simply click the logout icon on the lower left hand of your navigation panel to exit the event. Have fun and happy chatting.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So that is a video, a demonstration video about how to sign up and sign in to our virtual fair. And for those of you who haven't been to a virtual fair before, it should be a very interesting experience in themselves, signing on to a virtual fair. With COVID situation, we are all now all over the world living our life online, so to say. Right, Miranda and Cormac?
Yeah.
So I think that, so maybe why don't we give a little bit of, a feeling, what would a virtual fair like for those viewers who have not been to a virtual education fair before. Miranda, would you like to go first?
I think in Indonesia, mainly my students, teachers, lecturers, in the past, even before COVID, have done virtual meetings with their teachers and educators. So in the capital city, it's not something new. But obviously, for other for the nation and for the other people in other regions, it's quite difficult. Especially everything's through internet, and the internet sometimes isn't great. So it is a new experience for the younger generation at the moment. But schools are starting to open up here, as well as universities. So things will gradually come back to normal here. But yeah, it is a very difficult time for everyone, obviously, especially for us, trying to promote Ireland as a study destination virtually, where we are normally used to traveling, right, Cormac, and going into various places within our markets and meeting people. But it is what it is at the moment. But Indonesia is starting to open up, which is great. So let's fingers crossed, it'll gradually start to be coming back to normal.
How about you, Cormac?
How
has it been to you where you have been to many face-to-face fair? I know that. And now what's it feel like when you join a virtual fair?
So it is a little bit different now, I have to say. But over the course of the last year, I've attended many virtual fairs, and I have to say that this particular platform that Education in Ireland has chosen is actually the best that I've encountered. So it's the best experience for the visitor. That said, there is a little bit that a visitor to the fair will need to get used to, but the system allows you to book yourself onto with the various booths that you want to talk to. So you can book with a couple, and as they become available, you will be able to speak to somebody. So it's a very good experience from that point of view, in that you're not waiting around without having an engagement. We're expecting a busy day, so make sure that you come along early on Saturday and register with the obviously on the platform itself, but then with the institutions that you wish to speak to, and of course be aware of perhaps the seminars which are going on and that you might want to participate in as well. So
yeah.
a couple of different things for people to balance, but I think it all means that, you know, you'll be engaged throughout the time that you're on the platform. There'll be things that will keep you occupied and useful information to be gathered throughout that period.
Yeah, and then I for those who have never been to a virtual fair platform before, I guess I think I agree with you guys that it gives a feeling of a face-to-face fair where you walk in after you sign up. With a normal fair, with the face-to-face fair, you still need to sign up, right? You sign at the reception desk when you enter the exhibition area, and then you would enter the lounge where you would see many different booths from different institutions. And I think it gives a very good feeling of a face-to-face fair. Only here that you just see, you know. But here the advantages is that you talk to people 10,000 miles away, and you know. Then here I think it's an advantage of technology that gives us that these days that with the COVID and with travel restriction, the HEIs cannot travel all over the world, and they can sit in Ireland and talk to students from Indonesia, from Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, and all over. And I think it's very convenient, yeah. And then, but how?
But also
yes.
But I also think it's great from Education Ireland that this virtual fair is free, because I've spoken to a few Indonesian students here, and some virtual fairs they have to pay a little bit of money, you know. So I mean, register for the free event. I mean, you know, that's
I see. Very interesting. That this is totally free event, and the only thing that they need to do is to sign up before, right? And after they sign up, in the link is asia.educationinireland.com. They will get they sign up with their own email, and they will get a password to join, I think. And then when they would when the days come, they will log in, and they find the HEIs and the booth and everyone there. Let me show my share my screen on the fair, of the main link of the fair, so that the students, you guys can familiarize yourself with what would you would see when you so this is what you would see when you log into the landing page of the fair. You see the big sign of the fair, and then can you see on your Facebook, Miranda and Cormac?
I can see it on the Zoom screen here, but I haven't looked on my Facebook,
right.
I'm afraid.
Okay, so here is the date and the timing, from 3 to 7 p.m. for those who are Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, and it means that it's 4 from 8 p.m. for those who in the China, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore time zone, and for those who are based in Korea and Japan, it means that they it's a little late for them, but it's from 5 to 8 or 9. Sorry, and but I'm sure that the information you will get it would be worth the time for you. And here is the register link. So there is still time please, students and anyone who would like to find out about Study in Ireland, there's still time. Today is Wednesday, and we still have a couple of days to go. So just hurry up and register. And here's also the video that we just ran a couple of minutes ago about, you know, what you find at the fair. And because the fair is not active, the link is not active now. So we just in the landing page. I think we are in the front, at the front of the exhibition hall, so to say. Now, here we will have a booth of education in Ireland, where the student will meet our team. For sure, you will meet Cormac and Miranda and myself. We will answer your questions and talk to you as we take care of the booth. And we also have officers from embassy. So
sorry, can I just jump in there, Mai, on the embassy? Because yeah, so I've been doing some little work there on the Embassy of Ireland booth. So yes, somebody from the embassy in Jakarta actually will be joining me for the seminar on Saturday. But in the booth, there will be information and video recordings that are relevant to the visa application process. So it might be, if that is an area, you know, that's of concern, and if you're a student from Vietnam or Indonesia, it is something you're going to have to think about, then I would suggest that you go to this booth first of all, watch the videos, the relevant videos. So there should be two. There's a general video, and then there's one that's specific to your country. And then you can come to the seminar where you'll get a chance for questions and answers if you have any further questions. So that will be later on in the afternoon or the early evening.
Okay. So thank you, Cormac, for the information. I'm sure that for Malaysian and for Singapore students, they are not required to have visa to study in Ireland, but for the rest of Asia, they still need a visa to study in Ireland, especially you mentioned Indonesian and Vietnamese students. They should definitely check out the visa booth and join visa seminar session where you come up and an officer from the Embassy of Indonesia will provide information and answer any question or concern from the students. That I think that would be very useful, very, very useful, especially during COVID time. There are many different bits of information need update for visa and travel during COVID, right? Okay. So that the students should be aware of. So these are go down to the. You see here, what will I find at the event? At the event, apart from the visa session, what else would the student find? How do they find the courses, and how would they talk to the HEIs and find the HEI? Can you explain about that? Can you help in here, Miranda?
I think if you go down, I mean up, is it down? Obviously we will be there representing education in Ireland and the Embassy of Ireland. But if you click on that arrow to the right, is it? You will see the colleges and universities that will be participating. So all their websites will be available, as well as their courses, and you can download it says their guide to courses offered by each institution, so you can do some research beforehand. What are your courses of subjects that you're interested in. I think it's quite informative and quite helpful for potential students that are wanting to know more and to study in Ireland. I think also the first seminar, which will start at 4:15, which will be led by myself and one alumni who's based in Japan. I will speak a little bit about the general information about studying in Ireland. But I think our potential students are more interested to hear from an alumni story themselves. So there's quite a range and variety of information provided here by us, Education in Ireland. And obviously, with the MySci Association, the Malaysian Student Association, the Friends of Vietnam, and also the Indonesian Student Association, they've also helped us promote this fair in their own languages. So I think it's great that all the information is available, not just on the website, the registration website, but obviously through their social media. Education in Ireland, Malaysia, Instagram, Thailand, Instagram, Vietnam, Instagram, and ourselves. The information is there for you guys to find out. It's just a click away.
Yeah. Thank you, Miranda. Hello viewers, you are now watching our live talk with the topic how to get the best out of the Study in Ireland virtual fair. On the Saturday, the 24th of April, Education in Ireland, the government agency with the responsibility to promote study in Ireland, is organizing a virtual fair targeting students from Asia and to provide them, to equip them with practical information they need to know before they travel. So please remember to sign up on the link asia.educationinireland.live. And today we are talking with my two colleagues, likᴇᴛ and Miranda Hock. One is based in Malaysia and one in Jakarta, to help you to prepare the best, how to get the best out of the virtual fair, what you need to prepare to maximize, to utilize your time at the fair. Again, I'm showing my screen again so that the viewers can see. So you can find this at this fair in April. There is one very interesting difference and new compared to our fair in January, is that there are 22 HEI joining this fair. While in January we had 17 HEI, so quite a big number, right, Cormac and Miranda? And can you give some comment about this, Cormac?
Well, no, absolutely. We had a very successful event in January, and as a result of that, more of our institutions are much keener to participate. So we have both additional participation from the institutions, and also there's more participation and interest from the public. So, there was a very positive feedback from both sides, and it's proved to be a great success, and something that we're very confident will be repeated again on this coming Saturday.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Absolutely. I was also informed that the registration number of students has been greater than the fair in January, which sounds very positive, right? To show that the interest to study in Ireland has been increasing over the time. And dear viewers, you can see on my screen now is how you can find the courses. If you go in and you are looking for any particular courses, you can see the guide to courses. You will find, if you click download, you will find the course grid by each HEI that will participate in the fair. And you can see also when you click courses available, you will find all the courses that are offered by the HEI and the courses that they think would be appropriate or suitable to students in Asian region. You see plenty of courses here, from advertising, marketing, anthropology to design, art, fashion, to music, pharmacy, MBA, engineering, all kinds of courses and areas and fields, subject.
Literally A to Z there, Mai. From advertising to zoology. We've got it. We cover all of the courses.
So, yeah, correct. Absolutely. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes. And so these are the helpful advice. And in addition to what my colleague Miranda just mentioned about the seminar, Cormac, would you like to say, give some information about the seminar that would be running? Yeah,
so we have 4 seminars over the course of the day. My specific area is in relation to visa requirements, so that's the last seminar on the bill. I like to think the headliner, but maybe not, my colleagues might not agree. But the 4 seminars are built to give students a greater understanding of the of what to expect in both the preparation and arrival then in Ireland. So that and they're also a good opportunity when to plan your visits to the individual booths around these seminars, so that you can make sure that you're able to fill in your time while you're on the booth. Now, in advance of the fair itself, this site will be available to you, and it's a good opportunity for you to find out your disciplines, who is offering your disciplines. Then you can see which institutions, and you can go and do a little bit of research on those institutions, so that when you arrive at their booth on Saturday, you're armed with questions that are very relevant to your particular area of study, your particular area of interest. So it's a really good starting point to get you doing a little bit more research. If you are watching this recording, I'm assuming that you are interested in international study, and this is how you go about, equipping yourself with the information to allow you to make the maximum use of the fair itself, and give yourself the greatest confidence that you're making the right decision about your choice. So it is a big decision after all, about where you're going to study for your undergraduate or master's qualification.
Thank you. That's very useful advice, Cormac. Yes, you're totally right that for students who are choosing a study abroad destination is a big decision, because it's a big investment in their life, in their future. Therefore, I am very grateful and that you guys join me today to provide the information and giving the guidance and advice to the students, so that they can utilize the best of their time at the fair. Because this is a virtual fair. It's not. It's different to a face-to-face fair in a way that that each session, each visitor, when they stand in the queue for any booth, they have 10 minutes time limitation, right? So for each individual visitor, they would have 10 minutes time session on each of their visits. Therefore, with the time running out, when the time comes, the connection will disconnect, and then that's why the students and the visitors should equip themselves with the question or any concern beforehand, to utilize the 10-minute span of time. Yeah.
But I think it was like the first fair that we had
Miranda.
Oh, sorry. I think the first fair we had in January was a great success for everyone involved. I think there were some students that I followed up after the first fair, and this time around they'll be taking their parents along, So, we have made a meaningful impact.
Great.
And these kids are still probably in at a younger stage, 13, 14, trying to, build their dreams as such. So I think, with follow-up from the first fair, I think we've made in market here in Indonesia anyway, we've made a huge success in promoting Ireland as a study destination. And obviously, the colleagues from the HEIs have made wonderful promo videos that also helped us. And we put that on our social media pages. I think that also encourages, the students to come back and visit us at this time's fair.
Yes, mentioning about the promo videos from the HEIs, I think it's a very good in a way that it gives faces to the HEIs, right? And so that the students can familiarize themselves with the HEIs that they are interested in, and they know who they would be talking to on Saturday. When they join in the fair, they will meet these representatives, the international officers from the HEIs taking care of the booth. I think it's very, very important and very useful. And I also think that that's why I think I very much appreciate this opportunity today. That's for all of us to join this talk, and so that the visitors, the students know that we are representative of education in Ireland, in this region, in Southeast Asia, in Malaysia, in Indonesia and Vietnam. And they will be also speaking to us at the fair, joining our seminars on Saturday. And also, if they need any information or advice afterwards, they can definitely reach out to all of us here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's just there's a couple of points I'd like to maybe just highlight there. Firstly, it is when actually students get onto the booths. So besides they visit the fair and then they choose. Hopefully they choose to come and talk to us. We're more than willing to have conversations and look forward to that. But also to go on to the individual institution's website. So when you get there, you as a student will have an option of whether or not you want to engage on video or text or chat or voice. So hopefully the fact that, perhaps the best communication or the closest to the live event, the physical event, should I say, is by having going on to the video conversation. And if you've looked at some of the welcome meet me videos that have been produced by the HEIs, you'll know who you're going to meet, and you can have a conversation with them. And with your research in advance, you'll be equipped to ask them the real key questions that you need to complete the jigsaw and allow you to make an informed decision.
Very good, very good. Very good, brilliant. Thank you, Cormac, for the advice. When I think that this very useful piece of advice that I think actually the students and the visitors should actually note down any question they would want to ask, right, at the fair. in case, because 10 minutes, it seems like long, but when you enter a conversation, 10 minutes just go by as a wink of the eye. So I think it would be useful to note down any question. For instance, if I am trained in history, would I be able to get an admission to computer science, for instance, at Waterford Institute of Technology, for instance? I think that would be, something in that sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You think? Yeah.
So this is the problem that I often encounter, is that, because we represent all of the institutions, we don't have that specific information that an individual student needs. So every individual's journey is different and unique, and they're now in the situation or in the place where they can get answers to their individual questions when they talk to the admissions officers and the international officers in their destination institution. So, exactly as you say, they should think about their own specific circumstances and get answers to their individual questions that relate to their specific circumstances.
Thank you, Cormac. While we are during the conversation, I have received I've seen we have a number of viewers that are tuning in, and we have Angel Espino watching from the Philippines. Hi, Angel Espino.
Hi,
Welcome
Angel.
to our talk today. And Hosseini from Malaysia. Hi, Hosseini. Welcome to the talk. If you have any questions, please just put them in the comment box for my colleagues, Cormac and Miranda. They can answer any of your question or concern. And I hope that you will find the session today useful for your finding out about Ireland and about the virtual fair on Saturday. And on the Education in Ireland Vietnam Facebook page, because we are live streaming on both pages at the same time, we have received a question from 봛 Ngô. Thank you, 봛 Ngô, for listening in, and thank you for your question. Her question is there any placement included in the course? I'm not sure what you mean by placement.
Okay, perhaps I can address that.
Cormac, can you help?
Yeah,
here?
so
yes.
At undergraduate level, so this varies quite a bit. So at undergraduate level in Ireland, most degrees fall into two broad categories. So there's 3-year degrees and 4-year degrees. So business, law, those type of disciplines are often condensed into 3-year degrees. And in those cases, there usually is not a work placement included. However, for 4-year degrees, so many of the other disciplines, so engineering, IT, pharmaceutical sciences, those disciplines are usually 4-year degrees, and they usually do include a work placement. So I just noticed there was a post yesterday of one of the institutes of technology in Ireland, the biggest one actually, it's now university at TU Dublin, where they have effectively you're working and studying at the same time. So the first 2.5 years is actually on work placement. That's in the IT sector. And then you spend 1.5 years in full-time academic studies in order to finish off your qualification. The other point I would make in relation to that is that there's a mixture. Usually where work placement takes place, it will be paid. So the student is as a student of the college or university, they will have to pay their fees there, but as an employee of the company, they will often be in receipt of a salary. So they should offset one another. That's not always the case, particularly for shorter work placements, but for longer work placements, it usually is the case. So hopefully that clarifies it a little.
Very good, very good. Very, I think very good insight and very good piece of advice. Thank you very much, Cormac. It shows truly shows your long-standing experience in education and with education in Ireland. I must say that I've been working with education for a number of years, and I still have a lot to learn from you. You guys, you too. Definitely, thank you so much. And we also have a visitor, Đoàn Thảo from Vietnam. She says, hello, all speakers.
Hi.
Thank you, Đoàn Thảo from Vietnam. If you have any question, do not hesitate to put here. Okay, I just, as I speak, I received her question. If I have technical problem with the virtual fair, who could I approach to solve it? Miranda, can you help in this question?
I think BMI, who's the technical support there, there's a chat bubble, if I'm not mistaken, and they will address the problem immediately, because it happened to me once before at the first fair, and the team were quite resilient in resolving it. So there will be constant support from BMI during this fair.
Thank you. Yes, students, this piece of information may be useful. Thank you, Miranda, that BMI is the technical support to help us organize this fair, and they have their technical support team available during the time of the fair. So if you have any question or technical problem, you can contact them. I think the contact information is available on the landing page of the event. And you can also, as always, inbox or contact us directly on Education in Ireland, ASEAN, Education in Ireland, Vietnam, Education in Ireland, Malaysia, Education in Ireland, Indonesia. You can always reach out for us and find us there. So don't worry, you will have plenty of help available. And here, another question just coming in from the viewers that from haan. Thank you for your question and for watching in today. The question is, I don't have IELTS yet. Can I still apply?
There's a couple of different stages at which you need to be aware of IELTS. So you will need to be able to document your English language proficiency for two main purposes. So firstly will be entry requirement to the individual course that you want to study. So that you'll have to look at what the requirements are for the university or college that you apply to. But they will require some form of documentation and certification of your English language proficiency. Now, there are a variety of different platforms or certification bodies that are used. IELTS is one, but it's by no means the only one. There are many different certifications available. The other party that you will need to satisfy about your English language proficiency is the Irish Immigration Authority. So as part of your visa application, you'll need to have the English language proficiency documented. So, you know, the fact that you haven't completed that yet is not an obstacle for engaging in the fair or beginning the application process, but you're going to have to document it before you complete that process. So, you know, it's something that you'll need to be addressing immediately. Should you find yourself in a situation where your English language proficiency has fallen below the entry requirements, then there are options for pre-sessional courses that are offered by most of the institutions, or indeed that are available privately outside of the institutions with sort of linked organizations. So even if you're finding that, you know, I'm at a 5.5 and my entry requirement is 6, you should still go and talk to the institution this weekend. They will be able to recommend to you a course of action that you'll be able to take in order to satisfy requirements for both immigration and for the course.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, and I also think,
yes,
sorry,
please, go ahead, Miranda.
And I also think this year most HEIs are still accepting the Duolingo test, from my knowledge. But obviously for the Embassy of Ireland here in Jakarta, as Cormac mentioned, the immigration officer back home in Dublin would require a form of, you know, information that they've done an English test of some sort. So for Indonesians, maybe IELTS and Duolingo is acceptable with certain scores, obviously.
Yes, absolutely. For the last 2 years, since 2020, because of COVID and the travel restriction and the social distancing requirements, the student cannot take IELTS test in physical location. Therefore, the Irish Embassy and the HEIs accept Duolingo, and there are comparative ranges between Duolingo and IELTS. The students can find this information on Duolingo website itself to see, you know, how many like for IELTS, how would it transfer to Duolingo, and what
I just maybe say there, Mai, is that the international officers on the stand are very familiar with the different English proficiency tests. So they'll be able to tell you from the top of their head exactly what standard is required and how you go about achieving that standard. Certainly don't let the fact that you haven't got the certification prevent you from joining us on Saturday. That, in fact, that's a good reason to join us in order to clarify exactly what you need and how you go about getting it. So please, we look forward to seeing you there on Saturday to address those points.
Okay, thank you, Miranda, Cormac. So it seems that we have quite a few questions. Another question from ޮ is that, can you send the virtual fair link again? Sure. Just check out the link asia.educationinireland.live. I'm going to share my screen again, so you guys, the viewers, you can see what it's like. Here is the link. asia.educationinireland.live is the specific site that is built.
That's not what's coming up here.
Yes.
Mai.
Sorry.
It's not coming up on the screen. It's,
okay. Sorry.
Sharing the wrong one.
Okay. I have two screens.
But it will be in the details on the.
Here.
There you go. Yeah.
Here you go. Yeah. Sorry. My apologies for that.
And I think it's also on your Instagram, isn't it, Mai?
It's on your Instagram, your
Facebook.
Ireland,
Vietnam.
Yeah.
The link to join.
Yeah. So any of the social media accounts that are related to education in Ireland in Asia will all have direct links to the fair this weekend.
Yes. Okay. So hopefully, ޮ, we will definitely see you at the fair, right? And thank you for your question and for watching in today. And if another question from Facebook named Nguyen. If I miss the slot of time for my country, can I still attend the fair on different time slot? I think this is what they mean about the seminar.
Yeah, there's a little bit of clarity needed there. So no, the seminars are taking place live. So you know, if you missed them, now there may be recordings of them available subsequently, but obviously the seminars are not going to be repeated. The same about the fair itself. It is during a fixed window of time. However, should you miss, for whatever reason, personal circumstance don't allow you to attend, get in contact with any of the three of us, and we will direct you to the institution so that you'll be able to speak to them subsequently. So that will, you know, at any point in the future, if you have queries or you'd like to engage with one of the international officers in any of the institutions, we will happily direct you to them and initiate that conversation for you.
Thank you, Cormac and Miranda, for the answer. And I think that the timing on the website is for different time zone. But for the fair start at 3 if you are in Vietnam, Indonesia, or Thailand. But it starts at 4 if you are in Malaysia, China, and if it starts at 5 if you are in Korea and Japan. And during the whole 4 hours, the booth for HEI, the booth for education in Ireland, and the visa booth will always have representatives from each institution to take queries from the visitors. But for the seminars, it starts at a specific timing, and you can find out on the landing page for the seminar that you are interested in. And each seminar takes 30 minutes. And after the seminar finished, you can have some time to maybe, you know, go around for some time again to, you know, visit the different booths. And then you can also, you know, stand in the queue for the next seminar to start at a specific time. Right, Cormac and Miranda?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Great. Okay. So I think that it seems that we are now not having any more questions, and I'm sure that if the visitors or viewers have any more questions, they can always find out during the fair and after the fair, when they reach out to us, to all of us in Asia region, in our specific respective social media channel. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. So all social media platforms, you can find education in Ireland for different countries and regions. So I think that the information today and all the advice from my two colleagues have been useful for you guys, our viewers, to prepare the best when you log into our Study in Ireland virtual fair on Saturday. It starts at 3 p.m. if you are in Vietnam, Jakarta, or Bangkok. It starts at 4 if you are in Malaysia, China, or it starts at 5 if you're in Korea and Japan. And we will be seeing you there and taking your questions. And we hope to see you in Ireland. And now with that, I would like to thank my two colleagues, Cormac and Miranda, for joining in, for your time joining in to the live talk today, and your insightful advice and information I would like to ask you to, before we say goodbye to the viewers, would you like to say a few words to them? Cormac, would you like to go first?
Well, really just to tell you that, you know, as our banner says directly there behind Miranda, we pride ourselves on our welcome, and a welcome will await you on Saturday. We look forward to seeing you at the fair and to engage with all of your individual questions. So we look forward to seeing you there. Register soon, and then, of course, we look forward to seeing you in Ireland. And all expectations are that we're starting to put the pandemic behind us. So that's an ever greater prospect. So see you in Ireland soon.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you, Cormac. Miranda.
I might do the closing in the local language, if that's okay, because, you know, evidently this is the ASEAN Facebook page.
Please, yes, please.
Teman-teman yang baik, terima kasih banyak sudah tune in pagi ini untuk dengarkan kita cerita tentang Education in Ireland Fair kita yang Sabtu besok akan diselenggarakan. Ayo kuliah di Irlandia, sampai jumpa di Irlandia. Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Mai, for hosting.
Thank you in Bahasa.
Terima kasih.
Thank you, Cormac. Thank you, Miranda. And thank you, everyone, for watching in today. Thank you for all the questions and your interest in studying Ireland. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday and on all our social media throughout the region. Again, click asia.educationinireland.live. See you next time.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mai.
Thank you. Thank you, Cormac, Miranda.
Thanks, Mai. See you soon.
It's been great conversation.
Thanks for hosting. Talk to you soon.
Yes, fantastic. Bye-bye.
Bye.